Hi everybody, my name is Deanna and I'm from the Early On Brantford Brant, where we offer programming for children ages 0 to 6 and their parents and caregivers in Brantford and Brant County. I have 10 mittens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more mittens hanging on the line. 1 blows away. And then there are 9. 9 more mittens, 1 without a mate. A squirrel carries 1 away. And then there are 8. 8 more mittens, just 8, not 11. 1 gets buried in the snow. And that leaves 7. 7 more mittens. Which one do you pick? Allie took the red one, and that leaves 6. 6 more mittens. Put one on to try. Then you take it from the line, and that leaves 5. 5 more mittens. We had 10 before. A cute little hedgehog needs one. And that leaves 4. 4 more mittens. 2 for you. And 2 for me. I lost one at the Early On, and that leaves 3. 3 more mittens, looking very new. Uh-oh. 1 falls in the mud, and that leaves 2. 2 more mittens drying in the sun. Along comes a hungry crocodile, and he snatches one. 1 more mitten. What good is 1? A little mouse needs a bed. And that leaves none. I love mittens, boys and girls, especially when I'm going outside to play. There are so many activities you can do outside. So when you go outside to play, don't forget your mittens. Let me see your hands. Okay. Can I see your left hand? And show me your right hand. Let's see you wiggle your pinky. Pinky's your littlest finger on the end. Let me see you wiggle your thumb. All right, let's put on our mittens. 1, 2. I wiggle my left hand. I wiggle my right. Inside of my mittens, so warm and so tight. I wiggle my pinky. Hard to see. I wiggle my thumb. So when I make snowballs, my hands don't get numb. Snowball fights are fun. Making snow angels are fun. Your arms, grab over your head, and lay in the snow, make a big snow angel. I've got a list of other activities that I really like to do in the snow, and I'd like to share them with you. Here they are. Goodbye. Thanks for coming.